Here we go. Happy day, happy night, depending where you are in the world. You're listening to a Happy Breath Hour. Our intention is for you to learn and practice how the breath can guide you to wake up, let go, and take charge of your life. I'm your host, Roberto Suarez, better known as the Happy Coach. So to get started, let's take a few deep sigh of relief, which means that we'll inhale through the nose for like a count of 2 or 3, and then we're going to release it through the mouth, right? Just to get present, to let it go, and to be here now. So here we go. Let's inhale, let it go, exhale. Attention on the breath. Inhale, let it go, relax. Couple more times. Inhale, let it go. One more time. Inhale, let it go. So hopefully feel better. And our topic today is transformation and making a difference with Johnny, Faucet and DeFi Deva. They're crypto enthusiasts, YouTube influencers, and they're living an inspired, freedom-filled life. So welcome, Johnny.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for having us on. We really appreciate this. We love this.
And so let's just get started about, I know we're going to talk about DeFi and crypto, but what's your story? Like, what got you to this point in your life before you got into crypto and everything? And maybe it's some breath work you did or something that had you shift the way you are. I call it your breath story or your transformational story. And
Yeah.
And just make it a short story.
Oh, yeah.
I know, right?
Shorten it up.
Yeah, because that could really open up definitely.
But
Yeah.
just think of the the audience, right? It's going to be your audience, my audience. Most of the times they're in the spirit, they're kind of spiritual world. They're entrepreneurs that are trying to make it, or and they're going through their stuff, and I love to hear how people transform themselves so they can live a life, that fulfills them and that makes a difference for them, and for other people. So the story, your story, or relate to it,
See, when we
So
got sober.
Yeah. So, in the whole thing, like we actually chose the path less chosen, or probably more chosen. But like when we've been together for 22 years, believe it or not, actually 23 years.
23 years now.
Yeah,
wow,
3 years.
that's great.
Long
That's pretty
time.
great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We got together when DeFi Deva, she was 16 and I was 18. So we were young when we got
Very
together. I took her to both proms and everything. But
Wow.
instead of us going to college and all that stuff, we chose just to go to work as like normal functioning human beings. And our method was always work hard, play hard. So we chose the path of a little bit of the party side, I'd say, so. And that sort of throughout the years, even though we were fully functional, and ended up getting carried away. And after time, that really wears on you. It wears on your health. It wears on your body.
Mentally.
It wears on your relationships
Yep.
with your family. And it can really get to...
Takes over.
It takes over.
Really. It's like the one thing that like just kind of you can't go without once you get to that point where, you're addicted to it and you have to keep going with it, and it's just like everything else falls second.
Yeah, so and it's a lifestyle, and basically it is a choice and it's a lifestyle, but like she was just saying, after a while it just sort of takes you over, it just consumes you. So there is a way out though, and we were able to find that way out thanks to a program, 12 steps, and basically an awakening to say, it got to the point where I just we chose not to live like this anymore, because it was really getting in between our relationship. We've had major issues happen in life where we went and, like I said, we always worked hard. I actually did construction demolition. DeFi Deva was a dental assistant for many years, and we were able to pay, get through life where we owned property, we paid off property, we moved to other property. So we had our house out in the country, and but at the end of the day, all that stuff went away because we weren't able to settle that lifestyle down. So everything got taken away from us, and we had to start over from the ground up. And then when we first started over, within 10 months of us getting our lives back together, we tragically lost our daughter to suicide. She was 16 years old, and so then we really went into it like a downward spiral for about 3 days, just totally shocked and could not carry on. But we knew when that happened, we had a choice that really had to be made. It was like, are we going to continue to go back to this old lifestyle where we'll be lucky to be alive for another 3 to 5 years, or are we going to continue to pick up where we left off and continue on the sobriety lifestyle and try to make a difference in the world and honor her memory? And that was one of the biggest things when we go, because we go to these anonymous meetings. And one of the guys in the meeting said, the best way you'll ever honor your daughter is by staying sober. And that hit really home with us that day. And we decided we're going to do this route, and really get into that. And like we were just talking about backstage, Coach, like when that happened, it cracked us open like an egg. And we had to figure out what this whole thing was about, this whole game of life and how you need to play it and participate. But it's really, it's like we really just want to show people now that we can help people get through anything in life and be able to live a meaningful life, and have that heart work for you, instead of against you. So we've been able to really inspire people. We share our story and our journey every month in a 30-day inpatient program for a rehab and stuff. We share our story because now, that happened in 2018 and we've been straight sober ever since. So we're going up on 6 years coming up in November.
5 years.
Oh,
5 years.
5
years.
Congrats.
Going on our 6th year.
Going on our 6th.
So, but with the crypto side of it, so we're thinking about, getting reinvested, and you think about investments, usually your investments are real estate, the stock market, and now this new shiny object, crypto, right? So,
which I just want to mention, back in 2017, I was working at a pizza parlor, and this girl came up to me and she's like, my boyfriend just bought me this thing called Bitcoin, right? Can you imagine if I got in then? And like, I remember that day, and and I'm like, oh my God, if I bought it then. It's crazy, but you just don't know what you don't know. You know what I mean? It was so new then.
Yes,
absolutely. You guys have said so much. Like, I don't even know where to start the question. First of all, you're a dental assistant. My most expensive part of my body is trying to fix my gums. And
I know it's pricey.
My God!
For sure, anyway, I know it.
That's one thing, and then the other thing I kind of wanted to mention is, I had two brothers that, that one committed suicide because he couldn't. He was always about winning, and he lost enough, and I wasn't able to like create a space for them to come and talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk to me, but that happened. And my other brother was always in the other side, where he was always like deep going through a lot of stuff and taking drugs and all that, and the psychologist changed his medicine, and I guess he was taking like some kind of street drug, and then boom, and he died 3 weeks later.
Wow.
So I kind of know the pain, but I'm not a parent, but my mother, I don't know how my mother was able to handle it, like so many. And then my father at the time had Alzheimer's. So he would read the paper one day and he goes, "Oh my God, Tony died. Oh, where's your mother?" And then we would try to hide the newspaper because the next day he would read it and he goes, "Oh, like Tony."
So he was
he
living
kept,
that.
yeah, that kept, going through the thing. And that's like,
Oh,
and I'm so grateful for you guys to be able to, support others going through that experience. Like I can feel it now, like I'm crying for you guys.
Yeah.
Uh, my brothers. Hmm. I'm just experiencing them now. But
absolutely.
anyway,
I know
it,
it's hard. I know. I know.
it's tough.
It's
Um,
tough.
Well, so
so,
what we do is we honor them, like that.
mm,
That's to like to keep it going and keep it forward. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
so, like we had when it happened, we had our daughter cremated, and like
mm,
she was just a junior in high school. So like all our
yeah.
friends are like, well, when you guys gonna bury the urn so we can have a grave site to visit? Like we're not burying their. So what we did, we raised money up and we were able to get like a cemetery memorial bench, and we put it right in the park of our hometown. And
Oh,
now there's a bench that sits permanently in the park. So
Yeah.
now all the kids can go there, whenever they want, and they can sit on the bench and spend time with our daughter. And we always
oh,
encourage
wow.
people to do that if you're going through a tough time,
Yeah.
go into and sit on the bench and, just do a meditation or something. And, we do it ourselves sometimes, and we always go back there once a year. My mother lives right by there and stuff. So it's nice for her. She can walk over. She does flowers over there and what have you, so we keep that alive. And then we also, we got a fund in her name, and we do a scholarship every year at the school. We do $1,000 scholarship for the kids there.
Yeah.
So to build on top of that, we want to, what our big goal is,
Our big goal.
the big goal and dream is to start a 501c3 nonprofit organization for suicide and addiction, to help people, to just, even if we do like a heart, a heart run walk, or like something like
Mm,
just to raise money for awareness and stuff, just to be able to do that, and to be able to just keep that and honor their memories alive. And like I said, we've done a lot of work on ourselves.
It wasn't, it took, like in the beginning, it was so hard. I remember the first year just dealing with, recovery, but then dealing with the loss of our daughter was just, it was a lot. Like the fact that we made it through to the other side and we're able to like sit here and be happy and live a happy filled life
mhm.
is it's a blessing,
Yeah, absolutely. And so, I'm gonna have my sister contact you guys, because she's thoroughly into doing what you guys are doing now, and
Absolutely.
and creating awareness. And she's one of those, I don't know, that where they lift weights and they run and jump and do all that kind of stuff.
Like a boot camp type thing.
No, it's a kind of practice that is real famous and have competition and all that. And
Oh,
she's pretty good, over 50. And
hey.
but she uses that to raise money and,
Oh, that's awesome.
and bring awareness. You guys have seen the website that she's created,
Yeah.
to keep she's totally into, creating more awareness.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
which is kind of like what you guys are doing. And perhaps, there's some sort of synchronicity there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
and there's a need for it too, like not only that, but we're losing people every day
Oh,
to overdoses
Yeah.
and that too. I mean, we've lost a handful of friends also that were real
Yeah.
close to us. Like we said, like back in the day when we were young and we just got out of school, we all hung out and all partied together. Well, there was like 5 of us, and out of the 5, we're the only 2 left. So
wow.
it's just an amazing
Yeah.
story on both sides to be able, like DeFi Deva was just saying, to come out on the other side and be the ones to represent and carry the flag
Yeah.
now. Like we have to show people that no matter what happens in life, you can almost overcome anything as long as you're in fit spiritual condition. you know,
Yeah.
and that's something we work with breath work and going to the gym and exercising and going on daily walks and journaling and, you know, just keeping yourself busy. You know what I mean? Like you got to keep
Yeah.
the mind busy, because if not, that mind can go and wander, and that's a dangerous place to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we went right into like, okay, you got into like crypto, right? And
Yeah.
the same thing with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Atlas, about I don't know 8 years ago or something, uh, he referred a professional basketball player that, by the way, he's going to be in the final against the Miami Heat that won last night, and and he goes, "Hey, do you want to get paid in crypto?" And I go, "No, no, no, I just want cash, you know, in bitcoins, right?" Instead of
Right.
instead of saying, you know, that's the awareness level, right? Like
Right.
saying,
I know.
pay me 4,000 in cash, and I'll try like 1,000 in Bitcoin, you know. And
Yeah.
but anyway, I didn't. So now when he came in December, he said, "Hey, I'm doing this. You know, maybe you can help our developer team create a vision, and I'm going to pay you in art coins." I go, "Definitely."
That's great.
Pay me in art. I don't know what it is, but pay me on it, you know.
So
And
right there, we covered two things, right? Like the first thing rule in crypto, you know, is you need to be open-minded a little bit. You know what I mean? When it comes to
Yeah.
crypto, you know, be a little open-minded. And the second thing is I recommend is get a mentor. Even in life, you know, mentor, you want to soar, get a mentor. Our mentor is actually, you already had him on the show, is the Eternal Cryptoptimist.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
he's our mentor that we've gone on vacation with him. He's
we
he's
went
in
to
rec
Vegas.
he's in recovery also, so we have so many things like in common, and he's been through the heartaches of crypto because he's been in it longer, so therefore he kind of guided us in a way where just in the beginning, like we didn't know. There's a lot of things you gotta research a lot, and we're still doing a lot of research. There's a lot to learn.
Because we showed interest with, like, we got in through like how a lot of people get through, like with that whole meme coin thing with Dogecoin, with Elon Musk. Like Robinhood was the place to go where you could
Yeah.
actually purchase Bitcoin. So that's basically where we started.
Yeah.
But after too long, we realized by doing research that Robinhood, you're really not in crypto, because they hold on to everything. You don't get to own any crypto. So then we switched exchanges over to Coinbase. So we started buying crypto over there. And then we learned the next step. Like you don't want to keep your crypto on exchange, because what happened with FTX, then you can lose your money that way. So then we found, you know, with the help of a local area Facebook group, we got our own MetaMask wallets. We got started getting our crypto and transferring over to the wallet.
Yep.
So now we're holding our own crypto in our own wallet. And then shortly after that is when we hooked up with Eternal. And then he said, well, you know, I'm into this other, you know, Binance Smart Chain in this DeFi project called Drip. And that's where we got started in Drip. And that was on January 26th, 2022. So we were in Drip. That's where we really got involved. You know, I was still working full time, and so was DeFi Deva. So we were going heavy into Drip every week, dollar cost average in. You know, we had this whole plan. Like we're gonna move to Florida.
This is like how we didn't really like figure it out. We're like, okay, we're probably moving way too fast.
Yeah. I think we were planning ahead way too much and just speculating on what and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of power in crypto, and I think we're going to see that again.
Yes.
But you just, you know, don't count your chickens before they hatch, right? So anyways,
because we bought Drip at the highest and then kind of rode it all the way down.
So my God. How did that feel?
Right. So that's why our plans kind of changed, you know, because we're like, well, because we were kind of hoping, you know, Drip was going to still be at that price when, you know, we were able to, when our wallets matured, so to speak. But
so we bought in a Drip at $152 was a price per token when we got in. God. And then we rode it all the way down, and you know, it just kept going lower and lower and lower. Now it's all the way down to 30 cents. but they're still going.
They're
And
developing.
this week's going to be a big week for Drip, because they got the new raffle system they got coming out called Drip Drop Draw. So they got they're going to try to revamp the whole project and stuff. But that's what was our first ROI DAP. And then we experienced a couple other ones with Splasive and Furio, and now we're into ARC too. And the best thing about ARC is that even though we're having some short-term correction and some volatility, if you go to the podcast every day like we do, including Coach, is that you realize that this team is passionate.
Yes.
And I think that's the biggest thing with the whole ARC ecosystem is the strength of the team and their mission. And they show up every day. They got that solid roadmap. And once they start rolling out the utility, I think that's going to be our breath of fresh air and get us back into that upward trajectory, that momentum going back up. And I know that, it's got great potential, and we're not giving up.
And you feel like this is the first time, like I've said it before, where you can actually talk to the team. Like you can't, like, let's say with Drip, for an example, 4X made Drip, right? You can't personally talk to him. You know what I mean? So it just, as investors, it's just a good feeling that you can go into the podcast, and if something's on your mind or you just don't understand something, they'll take that time and explain it to you. And if you're brand new into crypto, they'll even set you up, which that's a lot, because especially being somebody new or something, it's a lot of steps to explain to someone, your MetaMask, your Coinbase, like all the stuff. It's just a lot, right? So that says a lot right there, that they're in it to really like keep this thing going for a long term. And I love how they were like, ArcFi is for everybody, right? Small investors, just everybody. I like that.
Yeah, and their level to commit to the education parts, it's just amazing. And Coach, you know, because you experience it yourself, coming in.
Oh yeah, I gave up on on the wallet. Man, I trying to get Ethereum and stake Ethereum with a wallet, and an old partner of mine, the business that he's out there, he's creating a whole thing of metaverse and this and that, and he bought crypto 20 years ago, whatever, and he goes, I just left it there $1,000, and here's my bank account. It's low now, and it's $387,000.
Wow.
But he, like I go, I can't do it. I'm not gonna do this thing if I forget the 12 words. Are you kidding me? I'm getting old. I get senile. So I nixed it.
Right.
It's
crazy.
I go, I'm just going to go breathe. And then last year, at the end of the year, I said, I'm chasing all this money, and I go, I'm giving up everything. I'm just going to breathe, and the universe will bring it to me. And 2 days later, Alex called me.
Wow.
And I said, wow. I hadn't talked to him. I hadn't talked to him in about 3 years.
Wow.
And he said, hey, you helped me one time, long time ago. I remember going to your seminar, and I told you I didn't have any money. I came in my old bike, and I go, hey, just come in and do it. Pay me later, And there he is, like late, coming back. So
that's amazing.
I now I'm going through a learning experience. It's just another, thing, and I love how people are willing to have conversations. They want to teach you. They want you to win. And you don't see that. You don't see that. Like I haven't been in a group like that. Let's call it this loving, basically, where people are coming more from love than from fear. At least the group that is there every day. I know there's a lot of fear, but but everybody wants to win, and it's like we're like the Miami Heat.
I love it.
They had the worst year. They were the lowest average team in the NBA in scoring, and because they were always hurt during the year, but they kept winning and losing and getting better, blah, blah, blah. And now they were 8 seed, they almost didn't make it, and now they're in the NBA finals.
Absolutely.
You know, but their culture, their togetherness, their belief system, and sticking to it, and knowing that they could win. They have got 6 people on their team that are not even drafted.
Wow.
That are unbelievable. You know, and they keep winning, and they keep talking about, like, you know, they're playing. Oh, the Heat can't, you know, like this team is big or whatever, and then there's only one guy, Shaq. You know, Shaq.
Oh
You
yeah.
Oh
know,
yeah.
this time, you know, after they win, he just said to the other 3 announcers, he goes, "Listen, I know that Denver's a better team. They have the biggest guy. They got this and all that, but I wouldn't bet against the Heat."
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
You know,
awesome.
but I feel the same way
Yes.
with
Yeah.
ARC.
Yeah.
You know, they're doing the right
Absolutely.
thing. There's an intention. The team, you know, everybody around it, everybody's like focused. You know, and they
Yes.
got the player, and they got the you know, like all the new utility coins are coming in and getting into those businesses. I think it's a winner, you know, and
Absolutely.
Well,
I'm
they're solving a big problem, you know, and like we were just talking about the hurdles and stuff and the hoops you got to jump through just to get into crypto, right?
yeah.
So the problem they're solving is they're going to make it easy and effortlessly to be able to onboard new people by having a fiat on ramp, which is basically
Yes.
you can use your debit or your credit card to directly purchase your BNB or BUSD to get into ARC, which
Yeah.
that's huge.
That's huge.
And then be able to do the same thing on the way out. So be able to load up an air card or a physical card with your crypto and be able to spend it in the real world. And I think that kind of utility is gonna take right
Oh,
off.
yeah.
People
Oh,
need to
yeah.
be able to use this crypto in real life, because other than that, it's just what they call dashboard money, right? You can see that your numbers are up on the screen, but until you can go buy a meal with it, pay a bill with it, you know, use this crypto in real life, it's really, you know, it's just dashboard money. You can just look
Yeah.
at it on your computer screen. So
Yeah.
when you bring in utility like that, I think that's really going to take us to the next level. You know, and I know I can tell by just listening to the podcast that the team Atlas Brett, they want this utility, I think, more than the community, you know, so they're trying to push it out, I think, as quickly as they can, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, listen, that, you know, I'm integrating into my coaching, you know, be able to generate enough cash flow where I can give more, you know,
Yeah.
where I don't have to make money in the bread, but that'll create more, because of
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
like you know, even my coach just, I could believe it. He said he wants to play, and you know, and go for it.
Yeah, I was listening
Yeah.
anyways yesterday, and they're saying that Coach Brad was talking to one of your guys, your coach, that
Yeah.
actually coached Tony Robbins, which I thought was absolutely amazing. So, you know, like when we were talking about when we turned our corner and had our discovery, you go down the rabbit hole of the law of attraction, you know, like the movie The Secret, but then you
Yeah.
get into all the coaches like, you know, Anthony Robbins, Jim
Yeah.
Rohn,
Yeah.
Wayne Dyer, you know, and like you go in, I love just like listening to the coaches and stuff and how you can manifest your reality. And, you know, like this is the
Yeah.
dream, right? Like this is what we do. And I think crypto is the vehicle, because you can come in as an inexperienced investor, but like I said, be open-minded, get a mentor, be willing to learn, and you can go a long way here, you know, but you don't have to do it alone. There's so many communities in crypto that if you can find a community that you can
Relate to.
yeah, resonate with, that you can go places, you know, but I wouldn't come into this space thinking, you know, that you know everything and just go in blindfolded. That's not the way to do it. And another thing too, like there is like a lot of you know, like sport, like people treat like, well, this is my team, this is the only team, this is the team that's going to win. I think you need to be a little bit more open-minded, saying, you know, why can't all the teams win? So we got to band together as DeFi, as a community and have all of DeFi do good. And I think that'll help spread.
Yeah, that's, you know, the old days, there was like either there was like you either win or lose, or you can both lose, or but the
Yeah,
both win was always like, how can you both win? So
right,
so the idea is, how does everybody win?
right.
Because
Right.
everybody can win. Why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
absolutely.
Exactly.
And how
You
does that
know?
happen? User adoption. It becomes mass adoption where we can take crypto to the next level, and people like we were just talking about, and they can use it in real life. I mean,
Oh
just
yeah.
because we're in the USA, we don't realize like, they got stuff in crypto now, like play to earn gaming, just one example. Like if you're in a foreign country like the Philippines or something, you can make more in playing play to earn gaming in crypto than you can do working all day. So like this crypto has got a lot of potential and a lot of power behind it.
Mhm.
Another big breaking news now is China has got where they're going to start making crypto trading and mining. I don't know if they're going to make it legal again, but China's getting back into the game. And they were saying that that's going to bring in like another $3 billion back into crypto too, coming up real soon. So we have all these catalysts, Of course, they got the other side of the coin too with regulation and, stuff like that. But I mean, if US, keeps falling, US is falling behind when it comes to crypto worldwide, right? We're actually falling behind. So I think a lot of this stuff, is going to catch up with itself, and I don't think US is going to just, not make it to where people can't use crypto, because that would be a big mistake on their part.
No, that they'll shift. They're concentrating right now on all the new technologies that all the AI stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The US controls that.
Yeah.
So you can't. They're going to be a player.
yeah,
Right. Well,
Whatever way, and then you just have to know how to navigate and make
yeah,
sure again, how do you win, within the new rules?
right.
And that's what I'm doing, like, okay, how do I play this game to help, like through Dan. I told him, I go, hey Dan, how many people can make money in the breath work business? He goes, it's only a few of us. And he goes, what would it be like, those 200 million breath workers, that they can make money and be able to provide breath as a service, but they don't have to really make money in that business. They're already making in passive income, and then now that you got more birth workers out there. And he goes, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
yeah,
you
it's
know
good.
and bringing it into the model. I go, look, I'm going to create my business training, and then I'm going to say, if, like, let's say it's a $2,000, goes, I'm going to take $500 of that you pay me, and we're going to open up an account for you, and I'm going to teach you, how to make cash flow the next 3 years.
That's a great strategy too, because
absolutely.
you're helping people by doing that, and then you're
Yeah,
expanding your horizons.
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah,
something like that. So that's kind of like, what I do, and then bringing it into the breath training as an option. They don't have to, but I'm still going to take the 500 and open up an account for them.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And that's the thing, like each one teach one, right? And that's what's
Yeah.
going to help the mass adoption. So like we all the time, we hold a regular monthly crypto meetup at our local coffee shop. We have, just to invite the public. So we put posts out on Facebook for our
Oh,
local area.
cool.
Come meet us. Come meet us. We just have a cup of coffee and talk about crypto. No commitment. But and like another thing too is like, if you're brand new to crypto, and this is sort of what got me going too. Like I was watching a video with this guy, Tom Boulier, and Raoul Paul, who is a big macro investor in the cryptocurrency. And Tom Boulier was actually the inventor of the Quest bar. So he's a billionaire, and a couple good things were said in this conversation. And this was back in the peak of the bull market when Bitcoin was at $69,000 in November of 2021. But they said, if you're brand new, you got to realize technology is a one-way street. It doesn't go backwards. It only goes forward. So this is technology. And that if all you did was take a small percentage of your pay and either dollar cost average into Bitcoin or Ethereum within the next 4 to 4 to 5 years, you'd be very well off just by doing that strategy. So if someone, we're not telling people to take out a third mortgage. We're not telling people to pay in, your electric bill money, your utilities, your car payment. We're not telling you to put that money in crypto. We're telling you to put in risk capital only and to do your own research, because by doing this, you take a lot of the emotion out. A lot of these people that are over leveraged, and they get into this trading space, like the traders, right? Well, I think the statistics is that 95% or something that people that trade don't make any money. So what's good about the space that we're in, like you said, multiple sources of income. So it's the DeFi passive income space, the ROI DApp space, is that you're not sitting there trying to time the market. You're not trying to execute a trade every day and trying to get in and out. You're just dollar cost averaging. You're getting your daily percent back. Now you can take, and you got the option. You can either recompound that, or you can just take and hold the tokens in your wallet for a later date. We got that pre-seed going right now, so you can get involved with that. So ARK gives you a lot of options, but it also gives you a lot of freedom, because you're not sitting there trying to study charts all day, trying to execute a trade, trying to get in and buy the dip and all these technical analysis and all this stuff.
That's very time consuming.
I love the auto allocation, like, boop, okay, don't worry.
Set it and forget it, right? So you just go on with your life, but yet you're making money in the background, so it's a great opportunity. And like we say, it's never financial advice from us. We always say that, because you got to cover your butt, because at the end of the day, it's your money and it's a solo sport. You're pushing the buttons, so that's really important that you understand that. But like I said, there's a lot of resources and tools out here in this space, and there's a lot of very good people. There's some bad actors, don't get me wrong. Be careful when you're in Telegram and stuff. You can get scammed, but you got to realize too, there's a lot of good actors. You got people like Coach here, you got the ArcFi team, you got Eternal, you got Donatello, you got Florida Realtor,
Crypto Fergie.
You got us, Crypto Unlimited 22. We all got our own Telegram chats and stuff. That's why I say you get into a community and then you learn. Because everybody in the community is so friendly and they're willing to teach you. And there's a lot of that going on too. So it's like anything. There is risk involved, yes, but the payoff could be great. And everything moves in market cycles too, so I recommend studying some market cycles, just like the seasons, right? We get summer, then winter. It happens every year, 6,000 years as we remember. So it's sort of this, it's all part of the game of life, right? So,
for sure.
Like I tell people, sometimes you bite the bear and sometimes the bear bites you back. And the bear is bigger than you are. So, okay, man, we have talked some good stuff from our good alpha here. So, what would be like one tip that you will give like a 21-year-old or somebody that's looking, to get into, let's say, crypto? What would be like one tip that you would suggest? Or if you don't want to answer that question, is if we step out 10 years from now, right? What happened? What do you think has happened? Like, what happened in those 10 years?
Well, the first one I'll answer easy. If you're 21 years old and you're looking to start investing, the biggest investment you can make is in yourself. Teach yourself how to learn, so like
remain teachable.
Right. And that's what I was going to say. There's four basics, right? So you got your teachability, first one's, who do you listen to? You want to listen to somebody who is where you want to be, but yet it's been where you're at right now, so they can help you connect the dots, right? The second one's teachability index. And on a scale of 1 to 10, What's your willingness to learn? How coachable can you become? You know, and then on that same scale, what's your willingness to accept change? So you have to have at least a scale of 1 to 10, like at least a 5. You want to be at least coachable, and then a 5 willingness to change. Because if you're coachable, but you don't want to change anything in your life, you're pretty much
Right.
at a 0, right?
Yeah.
So then you got the training balance scale, and that you got to realize that most of the time it's 90% thought, 10% action. So you really want to have in your mind what you want to do, you know, the goals, the dreams, the aspirations, like where do you want, like you're just saying, where do you want to be in 10 years? That's a good thing to keep in your mind, you know. And then, you know, you need to learn this stuff, you know, you need to know it well enough to teach it. So I think once you know it that good, you're doing it automatic. You want to be on autopilot with this stuff. So it does take a lot. It's a big investment in yourself. And us in 10 years, well, hopefully we're down there in Miami with you, Coach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
That's this right now.
Yeah. 6 months in Miami and 6 months in Aruba.
okay, I love it. I love it. Yeah. That'd be perfect. And if not Aruba, you can come and visit me in my little house on the beach, having, you know,
Yes.
some, you know,
I love
no,
it.
no virgin pina coladas, you know.
Right. Perfect.
We had our honeymoon in Aruba. And it was a beautiful, beautiful
gorgeous.
island.
Gorgeous there.
Oh yeah, Aruba is beautiful.
Always nice weather.
One happy island. It's really true.
Yes.
You go there, it's
Yeah.
so safe. Everybody's so friendly. We went during the carnival time, and they had a big parade. It was so much fun, and we did all the excursions. We went.
Oh,
jet
you went in
skiing.
carnival. That's
Yeah,
It
that's
was
the time.
fun.
Yeah.
It's a party. And we don't drink. We just like
We just went.
Yeah.
We went and we were dancing and having fun in the parade. It's
great.
They make it a part. They make everybody a
Oh,
part.
oh yeah, yeah. I hadn't been, and in the 80s, I went to Aruba and Curacao. There's another island called Curacao. I was working in Venezuela, and the Venezuelans would go there during the holidays, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, they're still going, I guess, partying. Oh, that's good. Well, anything else you want to say, or if not, you know what? How can people get a hold of you? You know, what's the best way?
So we're Crypto Unlimited 22. We got a YouTube channel. You can check us out. Just type in Crypto Unlimited 22 in your YouTube search bar, and you'll see us. We'll be the first one to pop up. And then you can subscribe, like our videos, subscribe to the channel, and leave us a comment.
Yeah.
You know?
Tell us who you are. Let us know if you have any questions about crypto and your journey, and you know, and join our Telegram.
Yeah, we got our Telegram channel also, which is Crypto Unlimited 22. And then we got DeFi Deva 22. Follow on Twitter. She loves the Twitter, so she handles the Twitter department. And yeah.
And all our links are in the description on our YouTube video, so you don't have to, you know, memorize anything.
So we got a large ARC syndicate. We're building a
Yes.
massive team. We do 100% airdrop, which, you know, means every Sunday we take and we collect 40% is set on. We collect airdrops all during the week, and then we drop it right down to the team on Sundays. So we just finished team 1. So right now we're in between team 1 and team 2, but team 2 will be starting soon. So be on the lookout for that.
But in the meantime, you can join our inner circle teams, either Johnny Faucet or DeFi Deva. We have those links out.
What a team. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. You guys are awesome. And, you know, you're helping to transform the world and making a difference. And, you know, let's keep it going. Let's buy this crypto.
That's right. Let's get this crypto.
Thank
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, you're welcome. Namaste.
Namaste.
We'll see you next time.
Yes.
Remember, breathe happy, live happy.